working on yours now.
Yeah, I'm recording. Yeah, we're recording live now, mate. Yeah.
Okay. So we're doing a preview of tomorrow's game on the 13th of September 2025. Wolves away to Newcastle. It's our fourth Premiership game this season, and we are on nil point. So, Jacko, what do you reckon? First of all, who would your starting 11 be? Bearing in mind that today in his press conference, Vitor Pereira has said that Strand Larsen is unfit, is injured. First of all, do you believe him?
Um, well, I'd like to say yes. Yeah. I don't know. There's potentially things going on behind the scene. I don't know. My view is, I'm not bothered. To be honest, let's get the new striker in and perhaps Fur Lopez up front. And see what goes on. Even more favourite Rodrigo Gomez. I don't know, but for me, it's time to be dropped anyway. He scored 2 goals, didn't he, against West Ham, and that's all he's done. He doesn't do a lot for me at all. So this is, we need to start picking up points. So yeah, drop him. Let's do this tomorrow. So you asked about my starting 11. I would probably at the back. I'm going to go again within the middle. Agabagadu. I always get his surname wrong, don't I? Always get his surname wrong. But I'll certainly go with him just on the off chance that, hopefully after this international break he's got a bit more better. I would then go for Totti Gomez again. All right, and Mascara. All right, that's the three at the back. Obviously with Jose Sarr in goal.
What about the new guy, Ladislav Krejci, Czechia, Czech Republic or Czechia? Wouldn't you give him a go?
What I'll probably not with a starting 11. I'd give Agabado. Give him a go, and if his performance tomorrow doesn't pick up, then yeah, put the new guy in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Newcastle, when they go forward with speed and they go in hard. And we know he's built and he's a strong lad, isn't he? And at the moment, we don't really know what this new player's like for for the Premier League, where we know what's his first name? Emmanuel, is it? Agbagdo.
Emmanuel,
Yeah, I can pronounce that better, I think. So we'll go for Emmanuel.
Yeah.
We know Emmanuel's good and strong, and yeah, he's had a bad pre-season and a bad first few games, but yeah, I'll go for him. He's tried and tested. Let's see again tomorrow, and if it fails, then let's go for the new guy. And then in midfield, again, I'd go for the two Gomez's, and then I'd probably go with Tachuo on the right with Hugo Bueno on the left. I'll go for that, and then up front, Fur Lopez. I'm gonna go with Arias again, and then the new striker. Go with that.
Arupidori.
Yeah. I'd go with that. The only sort of with that 11, I know that Totti Gomez and Hugo Bueno, they're never on the same wavelength, but the two really, really decent players. So I'd still probably go for that. If not, put Rodrigo Gomez on the left. He seems to work bad, and literally, I mean, Lord knows what he's on, but he's always got a pair of absolute stamina. Is unbelievable. He's always around there. But I'll probably go for that. And you know what? We need something different because you know what? I remember the message that I got the other day that potentially we're going to break a negative record tomorrow, where we're going to go for we're potentially going to get no points. And Newcastle away.
We've never lost all first four, have we, in the Premier?
No, it's going to be
never lost
so hard.
First four.
Yeah, it's going to be so hard. But you know what, Corny? I say this every game. but I always feel that we've got that bite, but until when the day comes, all of a sudden it's just on the last few games. So they've let us down on biblical proportions, and it's as though Pereira. He likes to stick with he's tried and trust his players, but at the moment they're not trusted, and I think there's a bit of animosity going on behind the scenes, unfortunately. So I hope it doesn't upset the team too much, the players.
Well, my starting 11 would be Jose Sa in goal,
Yeah.
Emmanuel Agbadou
Hmm.
on the right of the centre, Totti Gomez on the left, and I'd give Ladislav Krejci his debut. He played for the Czech Republic the last few days, and he got raving reviews over, I think it was a 2-0 win. And then fullbacks, I'd have Chachua on the right, Jackson, and then I'd have Hugo Bueno on the left. In midfield, I'd have the two Brazilians, João Gomez and Andre. I'd have John Arias and Fer Lopez just behind the lone striker, which will be Wang, and I'd be ready to give Tolu Arukadare a run out in the second half because, by his own admission, he's not yet fully match fit, though, is he? So I'd give him a run out, depending on what the score is, whether it's at the full of second half or the last half hour. But I'd plan to do that, and I'd give an honourable mention to Santiago Bueno because he'd be lucky to be dropped because he did play solidly and well
He
the
has.
last time. But
Yeah.
in the internationals, Doherty, Ireland, they drew 2-2 against somebody, and he made two mistakes. And a lot of their fans saying he's slow,
Yeah.
he shouldn't ever play for the international team again. So yeah, I wouldn't start with him, but
No,
I'd
I agree.
definitely have him as a useful squad player with his
Interesting
experience,
that
and
you
he's
put
done nothing wrong
Hwang
for
up front.
Wolves this season.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you put Hwang up front then?
Well, he'd be because I don't think Arikadare, well, what it says, he admits that he's not fully match fit to go 90 minutes.
Hmm.
I don't know what and he's just had a long flight to come back from Nigeria.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't consider starting him. Strand Larson, I don't know whether I buy that story because there's other stories on X, formerly known as Twitter, that he did want to go to Newcastle and he wasn't injured for the last game, but it was more like his attitude. Yeah, so I don't know whether I'm buying that story.
No,
You
I
know,
mean,
they're just being diplomatic, saying
yeah,
he's
there
injured.
is that potential. I have got that app myself, but I mean, there's that much rubbish on that app. It's
Isn't it from the Wolfpack, or it's one of the reliable ones that have claimed that?
what they'll put that
So
on
I
there.
don't think it's for just anybody who says it. I think that it's from a fairly reliable source.
All right. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's clearly something going on behind the scenes, that's for sure. But I mean, I've always thought that Strand Larson was one of his Pereira's favourites. So perhaps there is something. And he did say he actually wanted to move to Newcastle, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I just don't think let him go. I'm
Yeah, well, if his heart is elsewhere, we don't want him.
exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
he
Pereira
signed
did say that, didn't
a
he?
4-year contract the
Yeah,
month
yeah,
before, and then the following month, the August, you want to go.
yeah,
If that's true,
yeah,
then that's just, I know people
yeah,
say, well, you've got to look after yourself. It's a short career, but
yeah.
that's not the kind of player you want at the team
No,
because he's
no,
just signed. You
exactly.
expect him to at least honour
Yeah.
part of the contract, not leave straight after you've signed the contract.
And let's be honest.
If it's not, say, if it's true, I mean, they could be slandering him. I hope they're not. But if it's true,
Yeah.
no, you can't respect that.
Well, let's be honest. Pereira's already said that he wants players that want to play for the team. But
every club does, but
Stan Larson,
yeah,
he clearly doesn't want to play. But I mean, I don't see him as that out and out striker. I don't rate him, and it's easy for me to criticise, but there's other players in that team who give 100% and who know where's the goal is. And Fer Lopez has been absolutely fantastic when he's come on, and as we know,
Rodrigo Gomez,
he scored a couple of
joint
goals.
top scorer,
Yeah.
albeit only 2 goals.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So, and there we go. And Arias, yeah,
He's still finding his feet in it.
he is
But
still finding his
what I'd
feet.
like what's caught a lot of people's attention is that Jackson Chachua is
Yeah.
recorded the fastest speeds in the Premier this season,
Yeah.
and the 3rd fastest ever.
Yeah.
37.30 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
The fastest recorded, according to what I read
Yeah.
the other day, was Mickey van der Ven, 37.34, and then Carl Walker, 37.31. But our guy, Chachua, is young enough and hopefully hungry enough to break that speed record. But speed in and of itself is not everything, because if he was fast and good, he would have cost more than 10 million. And as Gaffer Edwards said, that if he was had the football ability to match that speed, he'd probably be at Real Madrid, Barcelona, or Paris Saint-Germain. But sometimes it just takes the right manager to coax the best out of him.
And
hopefully,
that's what
Vitor Pereira is that man.
Yeah, he's Pereira that man, because Nuno was.
Yeah.
Pereira going to be that one. And I mean, how many games now have we gone unbeaten? Have we been beaten now? It's got to be, what is it, 12 games now that we haven't won.
Well, we drew the last match last season that we against Brentford, and ironically, one of their strikers from then, that game, Johan Visser, is playing against us tomorrow with Nick Woltermeid, who they just signed from the Germans, who I remember from the finals of the Europeans when England beat them in the finals. I think he was the top scorer in that tournament. He was playing as an overage player.
Yeah.
And for them, Anthony Gordon is injured. I think Fabian Schär, I think he might be injured as well.
Yeah.
But it's a tough game away at Newcastle.
Huge tough.
It's a hiding to nothing. And off the top of your head, straight away, you'd say that we're not going to get anything there. But if they're heavy favourites, we've got nothing to lose. So is it a free hit so we can just go out and express ourselves?
Let's go ahead
on them.
Exactly.
They're at home. They ain't won a game either.
No, exactly, and this is what I mean. Nobody expected us, to get anything from Manchester City. So as a free, see what we can do. Unfortunately, we got absolutely hammered. So again, Newcastle away, they're a fantastic side. Let's go for it. Do you know what I mean? Let's.
Well, the head-to-heads are quite interesting, because I believe we played them 20 times.
Yeah.
In the Premier, 12 draws, 9 of them 1-1. They've won 7, and we've won 2. I remember us winning when Nuno was manager, when Doc went up there and he got a late winner. He nodded one in.
Yeah.
So why can't we do that again? At the end of the day, keep 11 players on the pitch, 11 men against 11 men.
Yeah.
They ain't won a game this season, so I think there's mounting expectations from them, and they're in Europe.
Yeah.
They've spent a lot of money. Their expectations are much higher than ours.
Yeah.
So just the pressure's on them.
This is a good point, actually, right? We are going to be up against it again tomorrow, right, against Newcastle, right? Well, let's put this to your subscribers, okay? I've got a little doll here, a little Wolfie doll, and hopefully, people who, if you're going to be watching this, hopefully they are. You can see, but there, it's good use. So it's quite an old top that it's got in. I'm going to give this free to any of your subscribers if they can guess the right scoreline tomorrow. What do you reckon about that?
I mean, send it for you if you want to. The collector's items, I believe you can't buy them anymore.
Yeah. And you can't now. So what I should say is, or even the closest to it, and if any of them DM yourself, Courtney, and then obviously I'll pass it over to yourself, fella. All right. So anybody can.
And if several of you get the right answer, we'll have to have a tiebreaker.
Yes. Let's do this. Let's have a go. Right. let's have a go. Because you're right. I don't think there's anything like that on sale now. And I just looked at it. I thought, you know what? You know, it's fantastic. This program is really, really good. I've enjoyed doing this. You know, since we
Me
started.
too.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and hopefully, we can get more gifts for folks who are
Yeah, in the
subscribing to
weeks
the
and
channel.
months. But we'll wrap that up for now.
Yeah,
But we'll speak to the people again after the game tomorrow, and let's say we'll be hopeful. Realistically, Newcastle should win, but this is football, and as Jimmy Greaves always used to say, funny old game.
it's a fun
So
game,
let's be
isn't it?
hopeful. We can do it. We can do it.
We can do it.
So
Wolves,
thanks for
may we?
joining us, and speak to you tomorrow. Bye, folks. Up the Wolves.
Of the Wolves.